What is going on, guys? This is All Gaming with my review of Tokyo Ravens episode 4, and man, what an episode this was. So first it started off with Harutora and Toji. They are now at the academy, and when they walk inside, they are stopped by these two artificial familiars that register them. And for some reason, one of these familiars talk about they have registered Harutora's familiar as well. And at first, that right there confused me because I didn't even know he had a familiar, and yet it was somehow registered. So I thought at first, it was some kind of, mix up or something weird going on. But luckily, like later on in the episode, they did explain, why the familiar said that. So now they go to the principal's office, and they are talking to her, and we actually learn, a little bit about Natsume and her time, during her time growing up. And we actually learn about this principal as well. I believe her name was Principal Kirahashi, and she knew the that great mage Yako, but she only knew him, when she was a little girl. So clearly this was like some decades ago. And apparently, even though he was really powerful and had all these, awesome familiars, he apparently liked Shogo, but except he was terrible at it, but he kept playing it. So then their teacher walks in, and I don't know why, but I got this vibe that this guy could secretly be evil. Hopefully I'm wrong, but he kind of gave off that vibe, at least to me. So I don't know if I could trust the teacher too much, but I am curious about what happened to him and how he lost, one of his legs. Because that right there is really interesting. Because he calls himself a failure as a mage. So I know there's a reason behind that, and I want to know a little bit more about him. So maybe I'll save my judgment to learn about his past, and of course we got to see what direction will his character go throughout the story. So now that they're in class, they're talking, they're introducing themselves, to other students. And we have this one chick that's basically, saying that it's pretty weird. And she actually knows that Harutora is Natsume's familiar. So then we have Natsume actually getting worked up, because this right here surprised everybody. Because I guess normally, she's so quiet and she runs her own business. But when it comes to Harutora, that's when, she gets serious. And you just see this tension building up between Natsume. I believe her name was Koyoko. And throughout the episode, they kind of go back and forth because Koyoko is just getting on Natsume and Harutora. And there was this one scene in the anime that kind of confused me, because I feel like it was a mistake on the animator's part. Because I believe it was during lunchtime when Toji had walked the Sunboy, and he thanked them for something. And I know I didn't miss anything because I was paying very close attention to the episode, and that right there was my first time seeing this boy. So it really confused me that he'll be thanking him. So then we learned that basically Harutora really is stupid because he had a test and he failed, but Natsume is on some special curriculum. Because I'm guessing every day after school, at a certain point in time, some guy in a suit comes and get her. So I am wondering what's going on with that, and why, and how come she's on that special course. Because maybe she's the next heir, but I'm definitely wondering about that. So now Harutora goes back to his dorm, and he actually pulls out a talisman, and that right there causes his familiar to finally appear. Now I have been seeing Kon, in the ending, because before she appeared at the end of every episode, she had the little countdown till she appeared in the anime, and now we finally saw her, and I definitely wasn't expecting her to be his familiar, but she is pretty cute. But the thing is, she says that she's a novice or a newbie. But if his family has been using her, then how can she still be, so new? But of course, they are definitely going to get strong because I definitely know Kon has some power because you saw how scary she looked when she pulled out that blade, and she has all these cool little tricks. So I definitely know that that Harutora, can definitely master her and use her correctly. So now not Harutora was so intrigued by her tails and her ears, he started playing with them. But for him to see her tail fully, she actually pulled down her pants. And this one to get real funny because Natsume actually comes in there and she gets the wrong idea. But of course, she's not gonna listen to Harutora because of that scene. And so she gets really upset and uses all these talismans to punish him. When we just see this huge explosion from the room, and that right there really made me laugh. I definitely love different relationship between Harutora and Natsume because it's just like him and Hokuto. Because everybody should know now, Natsume is definitely Hokuto. So the next day they are going over some old material because Harutora, he's new and he don't really know nothing about this. And once again, Koyoko, she's like a major bitch in this anime. I'm sorry, but she is. She gets into it once again, and she's just being so rude to Harutora that Kon can't take it anymore, and she makes herself visible. Well, first she made Koyoko fall, and then she pulls out a sword and aims it at her, and Koyoko actually take it as some kind of challenge, and she summons her white and black spirits. And I'm not gonna lie, Koyoko, she is definitely a powerhouse. I can tell right now from her spirits, and she is also the principal's granddaughter. So you definitely know that she is very strong. So I can't wait to see what else she can do. So their teacher got some brilliant idea about letting those two have a fight, between familiars. And because Harutora is a familiar, he can fight in the battle as well. Because we see, once they're in the battlefield, he has this sword and this armor on that apparently the teacher put a spell on. I am wondering, what kind of spell it is, but I do wonder, why doesn't Harutora use that sword that Natsume, gave him? I do get that it could be damaged, but I'm pretty sure somebody like her could repair that in no time. But I am definitely looking forward to their fight. I know it's gonna be pretty epic. But this episode, it was amazing. I am definitely digging Tokyo Ravens. I like it a lot. It's a pretty good anime. If this is your first time, watching my review, please go back to my first one and, check them out. But also, please check out the anime because it's freaking amazing. I definitely love it. But as always, guys, don't forget to like the video because that really helps me out. But as always, you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.